Well, still in the United States, where winter storm high tides in Olympia, Washington, brought a jellyfish from the shoreline to the city's streets. In Washington state, thousands of residents east of Seattle remained without power on Wednesday afternoon after the previous day's windstorm caused extensive damage to power lines in and around North Bend, and Snoqualmie. Tuesday's storm system also brought massive waves, high tides, and flooding to the region. The National Weather Service said that wave heights reached 30 feet along the Oregon coast. Storm surges flooded parts of Washington state, including Seattle, where some residents of the South Park neighborhood kayaked through the streets and used buckets to clear their homes of water. Colorado heavy snowfall hit the metro area in the city, with some parts receiving up to 17 inches, causing chaos and closures. The fast-moving storm caused several interstate highways to close on Thursday morning. The snow also brought down branches onto streets and cars across the Denver area. Local television station KMGH also reported that up to 5,000 customers were without power as of Thursday morning. Another storm is expected around at the end of this week and beginning of next week. Well, South Korea will temporarily require travelers from China to show negative COVID-19 results before leaving for South Korea because of a surge of infections in China. Speaking to reporters, Ji Young-mi, the commissioner at the Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency, starting from January the 5th, travelers from China are required to submit a negative result of a PCR test within 48 hours before their departures, or a rapid antigen test within 24 hours before their departures. She said that South Korean nationals with unspecified urgent issues coming to South Korea will still be exempted from the test requirements, and effective from January the 2nd, all travelers from China are also required to take PCR tests within a day after their arrivals in South Korea. In addition, short-term foreign visitors are required to take tests at airports, while South Korean nationals and long-term foreign residents in South Korea are required to take tests at medical centers at their neighborhoods within the 24 hours of their arrivals. Now, Ji also said that South Korea will restrict issuing short-term visas for Chinese nationals, except for those who need to come for diplomatic, essential business, and humanitarian reasons, as well as restrict increasing flights from China. Now, these strengthened restrictions will be enforced until the end of February and could be extended. Meanwhile, in Italy, the government has made COVID tests mandatory for all airline passengers arriving from China. The first tests inside Rome's Fiumicino airport were taken on passengers arriving with a flight from Hangzhou Xiaoshan Airport in eastern China. According to Alessio Diamato, health assessor of Lazio region, 5 of the passengers tested positive among a total of 49. More than 50% of people screened upon arrival at Milan's Malpensa airport in recent days have tested positive for the virus. Speaking to the Senate in Rome, Italy's health minister Orazio Cicali said that sequencing indicates the variants detected in passengers arriving from China were already in circulation in Europe, somewhat easing fears that a new variant from China could start running amok in Europe.